start recording first. All right, there we go. All right, so generally what I do is go over your op.gg with you, go over runes and masteries and things like that, and help you pick a champion, pick a role, things like that to help you finally climb. It doesn't look like you played all that much ranked. So,
Nah, I get the rank nerves.
nah, it's fine,
I
dude.
play a few games and then whether something happens and screws up, I'm like, oh, well, I'll just keep going down. Because I think I tested it, or well, I not tested it, but I guess I started my league and it put me in bronze 2. And I was doing all right then, and then I had a few game streak and it knocked me down to bronze 3. So,
Hey, dude, it doesn't. When you're learning the game, and how long have you been playing?
since the beginning of March.
Yeah, so yeah, dude, you're fine. You haven't been playing for very long at all. When I first started playing, my friends got me into it. I just ran into ranked, started spamming ranked, didn't had no idea what was going on. I knew how to kill people. I didn't know how to do anything after that. That's it. I only knew how to kill people. And I ended up in bronze 1 out of my promos, I think, but then I fell to bronze 5 very quickly after because I just kept playing, kept playing, kept playing. Is I had no idea how to play the game and like what to do to win. Further than that, like I didn't have like a rune set at all. Like I had no runes, zero, none, zippo. None of my friends told me anything about them when I started until very late into bronze 5. So,
Yeah, a lot of it's been me looking stuff up, and friends have been helping a bit, but they've been playing for a little bit, so they're just used to playing. It's not that they're not really helping; they're just not,
describing everything you need. That's fine.
Yeah. They're just almost a lot of stuff they talk about you're almost expected to know, but since you're new, it's not
hmm
expected because I have no clue.
So, I guess one thing is you're going to need to choose a role. I don't you can't really you can fill and climb, but especially if you're new, you really need to choose a role and practice that role and get really good at it.
Yeah, normally I end up just kind of getting put in the spot as I actually with a bunch of my friends when I started playing is that they didn't have a mid lane, so I've been mid. So I've got a lot of mid lane champions. So it's kind of what I have been doing, but it's
So,
obviously a little
do you
more
like playing?
complicated.
I mean, that's fine.
I
You can.
I
The only
do
role
like playing.
you do like
It's
it.
just knowing. Yeah, I do like playing mid. It's just again knowing. I'd like to a lot more analytical. So like if I know what I have to do and why I have to do it, then it's easier for me to understand than
Yeah.
making
So, that's good. The only role I would ever suggest someone not play is support, at least early on in ranked. Um, so now that we know your
That's funny.
role,
I've heard a lot. I've heard a lot of people say you should just you start the game off, start playing support.
God no, don't no 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 no
I
no no
swear that's exactly what I've heard. Everyone's like, "Oh, just play support. It helps you learn the game."
no. All right. I want to shake my finger at those people, but it doesn't matter. I'm gonna tell you to not play support, especially if you want to climb and get better at the game. The next thing you're gonna have to do is pick a champion. I see Zed, Yasuo, Cassiopeia, Zyra. Man, you really okay. So the next thing is, what is there any preference you have for champions?
No, I mean, I'm open to once I have them, I'm open to playing them. I don't really have. That's why I'm kind of trying a lot of different people out to see what kind of fits what is good. I started like it's just kind of like you said when I started. I'm like, oh, this is just I'm gonna play the game. It's cool, and I didn't have a clue about last hitting, and then I'm just choosing champs just because they seem like they got cool abilities or they're cool. And I think like one of the first two guys I bought was Zed and Azir, and it turns out they're both fairly complicated guys to play.
Yeah, so
So
I don't know if you've heard this line of thinking before, but I kind of agree with it in a lot of ways. Is that when you're starting out the game and you're trying to climb, you want to play less mechanical champions
right,
because when you're doing that, you don't have to focus on playing the character. Like if you're playing Zed, there's a lot of things you have to think about. And if you're
yep,
trying to
I've
get
noticed.
better and climb and you're new to the game, you're just gonna fail. Like it's not going to work for you.
Yeah, I picked that up. That's why I played a lot of Zed games early on because I had him and I didn't really have a lot of other. I had some guys in mid, but I just played them just because like I said, a lot of it was me having fun. But then, you get you know your ass kicked quite a bit by it, and then before you even know what you're doing. So my it's just been lately that I've had some stuff starting to getting used to the game stuff's come back. And actually, lately I've picked up a lot on Victor. I bought him, and I haven't been doing.
unfortunately for you, he just got nerfed a lot, and he
Yeah.
is you can still play it. Like it's not gonna change that much. Like bronze, if you can play any champion really well and easily climb out, you just have to learn how to play. Um,
Hmm.
one second. Yeah, it should be in the toolbox downstairs. You've been here for a year. Above the washing machine, the cabinets. There's a big toolbox. 601. No, 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 no. Not right now. If you caught me an hour earlier, hour and a half earlier, or 2 hours earlier. No. I know how to get to his house. I don't know his address. Sorry, Anthony.
No, you're right.
Call Frisbee. Call. What? Do you not want him to go with you? Oh. Just bike over. Bike over. Bike. If I show you on Google Maps, come back up here in 30 minutes or a little longer. Okay. So, oh, sorry about that. So,
You're right.
the next thing I would suggest, or the next thing we need to do is pick you a champion now.
All
Gotta
right.
get you a champion. My go-to mid lane champion, Annie. For new people, Annie. Annie.
I just got her. I like just bought her like 2 days ago or something.
Perfect. 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 All right. So now we've got you set up with Annie. Um, you're an Annie main now. Congratulations. You feel proud. You're gonna learn to love and hate Annie. And I personally am really scared of good Annie players. Like they're
Oh no, she's a pain every time I've faced her. And actually, like I said, just the other day I played a game with a buddy. I mainly did her anti support just because I need the support. So I tried her, but getting used to her, she can totally demolish a game when it comes into it. The team fights and the Tibbers ult with the stun just kind of changes stuff.
well. I like that you seem to have an option of runes going for you.
I try to get some, but
I mean, you have man. I've two or three people now. I've had all tier two runes. So by virtue of
yeah,
having lots of tier threes, different kinds, and like reasonable like assortments of them, doing well.
yeah.
Um,
At least my friends, that's what they think. They told me, they're like, don't spend any money or any of your IP until you get to 20, I guess, to get the tier 3 runes and only
yeah,
buy those.
that's really good that they did that for you because not a lot of people are that lucky. I wasn't. Well, I only bought champions, but anyway. So get rid of your. Uh, mm, get rid of one of your rune pages. With I guess Yasuo attack speed you use. Scaling, that's weird. All right. So get rid of one of your attack speeds or one of your pages. Yasuo attack speed seems to be good, and we're gonna make you an anti rune page. We can make you. Do you have if you have flat if you have CDR glyphs too? Yeah, we can make you two if you would like. So flat MR, yeah, we can do that.
One second. Alrighty.
All right. So on your whichever one you chose delete, AP
Uh-huh.
Quints.
Okay.
Do you have armor yellows? Yeah, you do.
I do.
Do armor
Flat or
yellows,
scaling.
flat armor yellows.
Okay.
Uh, magic pin reds,
Okay.
and then flat MR blues,
Okay.
and then delete one more page,
Okay. Got it.
and do uh the same thing except scale. Let's just do keep doing flat armor yellows, and you're going to do how many? What's so everything is the same except for the glyphs.
Okay.
And what CDR glyphs do you have?
I got 6 of the flat cooldowns and 9 of the scaling cooldowns
You get 9 scaling.
for glyphs. Yes.
Um, Go ahead and just put all the 9.
Okay.
All right. So what this is what these two are is one of them is when you're against AD, and one of them is when you're against AP. So the one with all the CDR is the one we are in against an AD mid laner. Zed is a good example. The reason being is you don't need magic resist really against an AD mid laner. The
Right.
jungler will change things at times, like say there's an Elise jungle, you're gonna want some magic resist. But like Rek'Sai jungle, which is probably really common, you really don't need magic resist. So the CDR will help a lot. And then the other page is just, if there is an AP, if there's AP that you're worried about, just go with that one.
Okay. Now in the AP one, you still want me to leave the armor on? Flat armor yellows.
Oh yeah, flat armor yellows. Just keep
Okay.
you can use glyph of scaling health, but I think flat armor yellows are a little bit more lenient, or they give you a little bit more leeway when you're still learning your champion. And
Yeah.
then as you get better, you can change your rune pages more to fit because later on, like if you were to give these runes to Anibot, she'd probably still
Uh-huh.
wreck you, but she'd be more limit. He would be more limited in what he could usually do because of he builds his rune pages for himself and how he thinks he can play best. But that's not
Right.
what we're doing right now. All right, so you've got Annie, you've got runes, and now we're gonna go to masteries.
Okay.
Uh, Make a new mastery page for her, or you can use your open one.
Gotcha.
RTF.
Okay.
And then you're gonna go savagery. So we're starting in cunning. Savagery, secret stash, merciless, dangerous game, precision, thunderlord's decree.
Okay.
And then we are going to go. Guess you can make 2 pages. See, I don't know whether to steer people, always steer them in the safer way or the more aggressive way. I don't know. This is gonna be kind of up to you later on, depending on your playstyle.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, but let's go ahead and give you recovery, tough skin, runic armor, and insight. So the reason you're using insight, you can go into resolve and get insight, or you can go into ferocity and get oppressor. Oppressor is going to be more useful in lane, I guess, because if they're stunned, you have more damage. But the 15% CDR on your summoner spells, Annie, one of the scariest things I've ever experienced with Annie is flash over a wall, Tibbers, or W, and I'm dead. Doesn't like if I'm a Yasuo mid, or if I'm an ADC or a squishy support,
Okay.
it's the scariest thing, and this will give you a lot more flashes to use.
I have a page 2 with the more aggressive one you're talking about. I think with Annie.
Oh, you do? Okay, well then,
So I have 2 now.
so you have two. So the other one should be sorcery, feast, vampirism, and oppressor. So you have a aggressive, better for one, another one for better for late game. Just flash is just so good on Annie. It's so good on
Yep.
Annie. But all right, so we've got runes, we've got masteries, and now how many games of Annie have you played?
Like 1.
All right, go ahead. Or do you? I guess I was gonna say go ahead and dive into ranked, but I guess since you've only played one game, how do you have any idea how to build her, or like what your different options are?
Not really with mid. No, because like I said, I only really played a game just to kind of get her mechanics down a little bit with as playing as a support back in with a few of my buddies when I just started. So it was mainly just to see how her abilities and all her stuff works. I got a decent grasp with the C and W you can or the E and W stun ready, and but I guess from what I'm seeing, her master up QWE, and then I guess I don't know when it comes to a build or what items to build mainly. I don't know. You get Morello or
You
what
can
you're getting first.
you can do a lot of things. You
Uh
have
huh.
a lot of options. I have played Annie a bit, but I haven't. I'm not definitely not an Annie expert at all. Uh, but it seems to me that when you are against a whole bunch of like explosive damage on the other team, like
Hmm.
uh, Yasuo or like high damage
Right.
champions, you want to go Rod of Ages.
Okay. It gives you the health and
It gives you the
scaling and stuff
health
like
and
that.
scaling. It's not going to give you as much immediate power, but
Down the road, though.
down the road, and health will save you. Um, then you have Luden's Echo. If you are like 3-0 out of lane, just go ahead and build a Luden's Echo and just start rocking the game. Go like Luden's Echo into Zonia's into Death Cap into Void Staff kind of deal. Like, I'm talking like you can massacre people. Morellonomicon is also a good choice. Really good choice. CDR gives you more stuns, gives you more tibbers. More tibbers are
Hmm.
good.
Okay.
Go Ignite Flash. You don't need TP mid.
Yeah. Yeah.
And basically, what you're going to do is you're going to go play. I want you to play a bunch of games with her, and later tonight, or maybe tomorrow, or however, depending on how you feel, I'll go over a game with you. We'll use replay.gg and I'll screen share on Skype, or we can just go into we can start the replay.gg at the same time and go over it, and I'll talk about what you can do better, and that's kind of where you're going to learn a lot, and what I can tell you, where I can tell you specific things to work on, but it's kind of moot point right now because you don't know the champion at all. Also, don't be afraid to lose ranked. Do not be afraid to lose and fall. It is okay to fall down. You're
I'll just queue
going.
up for normal now.
No, 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 no. Go play ranked.
Okay.
Go play ranked. Just try to get used to the champion. You're gonna need to learn, you know,
Hmm.
matchups. You're going to need to learn jungle, like when to be afraid for the jungler, warding, things like that. There's a whole bunch of things you need to learn, but first and foremost, you need to know how to play your champion. Once you know how to play your champion, which is going to be easier with Annie, then you can start worrying about a whole bunch of different map things. When to roam, when to ward, when you can go attack the
Yeah.
enemy jungler, dragon, back timings, things like that. Um, so go ahead and queue up, go play 3 or 4 games, and then, or maybe less than 3 or 4, 1 or 2, and you, you have my. I'm generally on my Smurf right now, just talking to
Okay.
people. Just shoot me a message when you have any questions. Like, hey, is my build okay in this situation? Or I don't know, just whatever comes to your mind.
All right. Well, I'm queued right now.
All right, well, good luck, man, and just keep. And if you have any questions, just write them down too, because
Okay.
it's easy to forget questions. I forget them all the
Yeah.
time. All right, well, good luck, man.
All right. Thanks, man.